Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Maniac Mondays. I am Lotus Knight, one of your hosts and your stream operator for tonight, and I am joined by the one and only Ron Mexico. Ron, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, man? I am happy to be here. Excited for some madness that we're bringing to you with our bi-weekly tournament and ready to just jump right into it.
We're going fast and crazy here. We have Baze Inc. here as well. Baze, how are you doing
Good. I'm glad I can make this team. Oh wait, it's not the team meeting. Sorry.
tonight?
Well, I'm excited to play in some Nozstone and do some team reveals or player reveals. So, just happy to be invited to the show for a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a stacked tournament. Speaking of stacked tournaments, does Ron, do you want to go over where the tournament format is for this one?
Absolutely. So our tournament format here is very simple. Best of five, conquest, standard, one ban, all that stuff like regular tournaments you might be used to or just standard THL format, but one very crucial twist. Your deck must have Nozstone the Eternal in it. That's right. We are playing Nozstone tonight. It is go go go.
Yeah, this is really crazy. I don't know if I can play in 15 seconds, and I consider myself a relatively fast player. Based as the one who's actually playing this tournament, how scared are you of that time limit?
I mean, it did affect, that you pick some different decks. There's some animations you don't want to be in your deck, so you make some decisions based off that, and I'm pretty excited. I think I can play pretty fast, but I'm definitely gonna rope out some turns, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun.
Secret
Yeah,
passage, go.
Secret Passage, go. Yeah, don't maybe that's like the first card that comes to my mind. I'm like, how do I build rogue with that Secret Passage? Yeah.
right. I mean, does secret passage skip your opponent's turn if you play it?
No, you just don't get to play any of your cards.
Maybe.
Uh, huh. So,
If you play it right at the very end of your turn,
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
is
Drew,
that's what it is. It's one mana, skip your opponent's next turn.
that'd be pretty good. I would play
No,
that.
that'd be a pretty good card. Yes.
So, my question here is well, I'll ask this to Ron since Bay is displaying, but Ron, what are some decks we're going to see today, in your opinion?
Um, I think just things that are kind of straightforward, that don't require a whole lot of complex turns. So most things Paladin will probably work just fine since Paladin is extremely strong. Libram Paladin would make a lot of sense. There are a few like complicated, you know, um, Pen
Hmm.
Flinger Libram turns that you could have, but you could always build it a little bit more straightforward. I think Hunter
Right.
makes a lot of sense to just go something like Face Hunter, just get him quick, fast, beat him up.
Yeah.
Um, I'd be surprised to see some Priest, but I guess Priest doesn't have to do too much thinking. Just, find the remove board cards and heal cards.
Yeah.
But a lot of just, straightforward good decks. I think Rush Warrior has a place. I think. Um, even even Spell Mage, there might be some bold players, that go for Spell Mage and just say, I'm probably not going to have too many super crazy draw a million, play a million cards in one
Well,
turn kind
the
of
problem
things.
with spell
Uh,
mage is just you can't get the spell payoff cards.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a very bold move if we see Spell Mage, but I wouldn't put it past someone in this field.
Sure. Um, Base, anything we're missing that you want to point out without spoiling your lineup? I want to say, just as a note, I think the Zoth Paladin has a really good shot here.
I mean, I will say nothing, but yeah, N'Zoth Paladin's probably like the safe one that I expect everyone to have. But I think that there's a couple decks that I think might not get as looked as much as it should, and so I'm hoping that I can take advantage of those. But we'll see. Smart field. I expect I will see several opponents bring the exact same line that I did.
I think so. Let's start talking about who these opponents are, shall we? The first player we
Do it.
have is Roadrunner. Any insight on them? Ron, do you want to go first?
Roadrunner, I'm fairly familiar with Roadrunner. One of the crew that plays for Wash U, Heat Shock and Gang. There's a whole bunch of Wash U players that have shown up in THL, and Roadrunner has proven, a solid player, definitely a good competitor and someone to keep an eye on here in this whole tournament. I don't know how fast they play, if that's going to be, something that could help or hurt them,
Sure.
but I'll be interested to find out.
Yeah. Baze, any quick comments on Roadrunner, or Ron was perfect?
That's perfect. I mean, I think we're already over our 15 seconds on our turn.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're
Um,
right. We got to go quick.
We gotta go quick. It's
Next
Speedstone. I'm
player,
just kidding.
MMW, was the winner of actually the last tournament.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Any
MMW stands for Maniac Monday
Yep.
Winners. So we've already got our winner right there. We can probably wrap it up with the intros. All right, moving on. MMW wins. Let's go.
um the next player, Baze, any thoughts on Valdez?
Another Wash U player having an excellent season in pro. Wash Tappers are looking OP, but that's where Valis is at.
Yeah. Ron, G kick for you.
G Kick. I mean, the one thing I know about G Kick is G Kick OP consistently shows up in 5 seeds in THL and just destroys everyone left and right. Should be another strong competitor in this tournament.
Made
Yeah.
a Firebat drop from an empty.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
You'll have to
Um,
ask G-Kick about that story.
Drew, Baze, any thoughts on Venus Fumoni other than the great name?
Yeah, a great name and also a great start in THL. I believe this is a rookie season for them and 5-1 in Hero right now in the 2 seed.
That's really crazy. Speaking of crazy, we have our sixth player, Damon.
Oh,
Any
I got firsthand experience playing against Damon, actually. Damon knocked me out of the specialist tournament. I foolishly brought Demon Hunter and Damon had Paladin, and well, it seemed like it went pretty
Oh,
easy from that point on. But one of the challenge stoner crews, I believe, and
Yep.
should be used to playing fast. I'd say Damon's got a solid shot.
mm-hmm. Baze, any thoughts on Captain Extraordinaire Dr. Fish?
Dr. Fish, a teammate over at AFG. Love Fish. He's a speedrunner, so is that going to come into play here? I think so.
Yeah. Um, Ron, here's a really tough one for you. You might not know this player a lot. It is Mr. Python.
Mr. Python, never heard of him. Move on to the next one. Just no, just the guy who's like crushing every series in THL and currently leading THL's crossover player. No big deal. Mr. Python just very consistently excellent, and you gotta tap him anytime you see him as someone you could not be surprised by seeing winning the whole thing.
Yeah. Next one, based straight from top 70 legend, I think, right now, German Chef.
Okay, I mean, German Shep OP, but if you don't know too much about German Shep, he loves the rope. So I'm excited to see how he does. I have played BGs with German Shep and seen all of his actions in the last couple seconds. So he's got the APM and he really likes to use his time. So yeah, absolutely amazing player. Probably one of the best players in THL right now.
Yeah, did somebody lie to German Shep about what this tournament is, though?
Oh,
Because Shep
he
will rope
knows.
every turn. Rope
Yes, he
is
will.
starting at the beginning now. All right. Good luck, Shep.
Next one, straight from NPH land, we have Agent PWE. Baze, do you want to tell us about this one?
Yeah, PWE, a great player all around, all the time. He's in every series, even doing absolutely phenomenal in the BGs. Yeah, PWE is a fast player. Catch him in top ladder. Just going to be a good competitor here.
Mm-hmm. Ron, directly from the East Coast, we have Neji Boston.
What?
Another AFG team member showing up in this one. And I mean, most of THL knows Neji already. He's won crossover player of the season twice already. Back to back, actually, is the defending back to back champ in that. And just a really incredibly strong player across all levels of play. I don't know if he can handle the speed, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Our next player is directly from F2L land, Itachi. Bays, any thoughts on Itachi?
Yeah, Itachi also from AFG showing up. Itachi is known for playing super fast and has been playing card games forever. Itachi's gonna kill it.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ron,
Oh
we
yeah,
have a player.
Tachi's a speed demon.
Someone's looking to bulldoze everyone else. We have Bulldoza. Thoughts?
Ah, yes, Bulldoza. What an incredible name. So, a pretty recent entry into THL. I think maybe this is their second season in THL, possibly third. But been doing pretty well in Pro Series from what I recall, and I haven't seen their speed in games, but excited to see how this is going to go for them. A bit of a dark horse for me because I don't know them too well, but the name alone, they're obviously a threat.
Yeah. And I'll stick to you for the next one, Ron. What do you think of not Duck Duck, but our player 14, Goose?
Goose. All right. Well, Goose is a pretty well-known player in ladder with some pretty consistent high finishes. Was qualified for Masters Tour with ladder finishes before. Obviously, just an extremely high quality player. Uh, Again, I don't know speed wise how they might handle Nas mode, but the caliber of play is definitely there. Is Am I mixing up Goose with Wet Goose? Why are there so many Goose
Yes, you
related
are.
names? Oh,
But Goose
well
has been
then,
around THL.
Goose. I don't have any information on Goose. I just thought Goose was Wet Goose.
Bays, any information
Dry
on
Goose.
Goose?
Yeah, Goose has been playing in THA for a while. Typically over in like Legacy and stuff. He's been doing pretty good for himself. I think has played on Due Process and Group
Yep.
Process now, who is doing quite well in Pro this season.
Yeah. For more info
Sorry
on
for the
Goose,
mix-up,
check
Goose.
Hearthstone. Our next player is everyone's favorite teenage craze. We have Dabs. Any thoughts on Dabs, Ron?
Oh man. Dabs, I love Dabs. Dabs is an incredible player, and I think he can play pretty fast on occasion when he needs to. Just another player in a crazy field of really good players that you could tab immediately and say, yeah, there's a solid chance he wins the whole thing too.
For sure. Now, this is a player I don't know. Bays, have you heard of Mr. Wolf?
I have not. I'm gonna see if they're new to THL. I have a feeling they are. Might be in our what's the word, free agents. So you might want to be keep an eye on them and see how they do. And maybe that means you got to pick them up. But I'm not too sure about them yet.
Oh, Fish said they're Neji and his friends. So,
Oh, cool.
welcome to THL.
Nice. Our biggest unknown quantity in Dark Horse in this tournament so far. Always love to see one
Yeah.
of those.
I think we have more than one, but the next player we have, I don't think is that unknown. It is your mom kid. Any thoughts on your mom kid base?
I mean, incredible player. Probably might be the person with the longest win streak in Legacy in the last few seasons. Again, just like PWE, dominating even in battlegrounds, and I think he's one of the top players in crossover right now.
Mm-hmm. Keep an eye out for your mom kid. Dangerous opponent right there. Um, Ron, have you heard of FaZe Kinch?
Boolean.
Yes, FaZe Kinch also goes by Boolean. Um, I've been on the receiving end of a lost in probably Pro Series, I think, to Boolean before. Um, Definitely someone I have a lot of respect for their game, and I'm excited to see how they do. Uh, Same kind of issue with the rest. I don't know how they will fare with a hyper speed mode, but the talent is certainly.
Hmm. Now, the next player is Based Inc. Based, any thoughts on Based for this tournament?
Bad. Don't at me.
Nice,
I, I mean,
nice.
Based is crazy. I would not be surprised if Based wins this one.
I'm cooking dinner, so probably not. I'm gonna, I'll miss a few turns going and grabbing stuff out of the oven. So that's the trick. It's just catch me when I'm getting stuff out of the oven and easy win.
Will?
Nice. Congrats.
Speaking of getting hot stuff out of the oven, our next player is Icer. Ron, any thoughts on Icer?
Icer, playing like back in THL right after a little bit of an absence and
Hmm.
hit the ground running with a whole bunch of wins right off the bat. Um, you know, pretty established like previous tenure in THL as being really good, and obviously not having any difficulties in this meta right now either with a very strong record. So we'll see how it fares for them in this tournament. As long as they can go fast, they got a very good shot.
Yeah. And for our last cooking fun, I hope everything is hot over there, base, because Heat Shock is our final tournament player. Any thought on Heat Shock?
I mean, I think if this is somebody that you want to look to about the deck building process of this and bring in probably, I would guess, some of the best decks, Heat Shock is that person. Incredible player, very creative deck builder. I'm really curious to see what Heat Shock has brought.
Awesome. And I think that is all the players that we want to talk about today. Just a reminder that you can donate. Any sub right now is for Pride Week. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that, Base?
Yeah, so the month of June is Pride Month, and all of our proceeds will be going to the Trevor Foundation, which provides help for LGBTQ youth, both in education forms for parents, and as well as they do outreach to specific youth. They have hotlines, so if you need help, don't be afraid to call them. They are doing great work, and we are happy to be sending anything that would go to keeping the site running is just or funding these prize pools is going to be instead going to the Trevor Foundation for the next month. The Trevor Project. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Mako for setting that all up. He has been the forefront of getting that all up and running, and I really appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you, Mako.
Yeah, Mako is coming soon. Whenever his class is done, just to tell us a little bit about this. But I think we should get it started.
I mean, yeah,
That
I
sounds
think that
great. No time like
Sharma's
the
waiting.
present.
Yeah.
Yeah, our first match, we will be coming back in 10 minutes to cast it. Well, it will be now for us, but it's 10 minutes for you. And it's going to be MMW versus G Kick. So I hope you're all excited. Good luck, base. Good luck, everyone playing. And we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Thank you. Have a good one later.
See